Hi guys, J.K. Rowling said, there's always room for a story that can transport people to another place. So, let me distract you for a moment and tell you four life-changing stories. Okay? So, these are all stories, family stories. The people and the circumstances differ slightly for everyone who tells them, but the core lessons remain the same. I hope the twist we put on them here inspires you to think differently. Story number one, All the Difference in the World. That is the title. Now, the story is every Sunday morning I take a light jog around a park near my home. There's a lake located in one corner of the park. Each time I jog by this lake, I see the same elderly woman sitting on the water's edge with a small metal cage sitting beside her. The past Sunday, my curiosity got the best of me, so I stopped jogging and walked over to her. As I got closer, I realized that the metal cage was in fact of a small trap. There were three turtles, unharmed, slowly walking around the base of the trap. She had a fourth turtle in her lap that was carefully scrambling with a spongy brush. "Hello," I said. "I see you are here every Sunday morning. If you don't mind my noisiness, I would love to know what you are doing with these turtles." She smiled. "I'm cleaning off their shells," she replied. "Anything on a turtle shell, like a algae or a scum, reduces the turtle's ability to absorb heat and impedes its ability to swim. It can also corrode and weaken the shell over time." "Wow, that's really nice of you," I exclaimed. She went on, "I spend a couple of hours each Sunday morning relaxing by this lake and helping these little guys out. It's my own strange way of making a difference." "But don't most freshwater turtles like their whole lives with algae and scum hanging from their shells?" I asked. "Yep, sadly they do," she replied. I scratched my head. "Well then, don't you think your time could be better spent? I mean, I think your efforts are kind and all, but there are freshwater turtles living in lakes all around the world, and 99% of these turtles don't have kind people like you to help them clean off their shells. So, no offense, but how exactly are your localized efforts here truly making a difference?" The woman giggled loud. She then looked down at the turtle in her lap, scrambled off the last piece of algae from its shell, and said, "Sudi, if this little guy could talk, he would tell you I just made all the difference in the world." So, the moral of the story is you can change the world, maybe not all at once, but one person, one animal, and one good deed at a time. Wake up every morning and pretend like what you do makes a difference. It does. The second story is the weight of the glass. Once upon a time, a psychology professor walked around on a stage while teaching stress management principle to an auditorium filled with students. As she raised a glass of water, everyone expected they would be asked the typical glass half empty or glass half full question. Instead, with a smile on her face, the professor asked, "How heavy is this glass of water I am holding?" Students shouted out the answer, ranging from 8 ounces to a couple of pounds. She replied, "From my perspective, the absolute weight of this glass doesn't matter. It all depends on how long I hold it. If I hold it for a minute or two, it's a fairly light. If I hold it for an hour straight, its weight might make my arm itch a little. If I hold it for a day straight, my arm will likely cramp up and feel completely numb and paralyzed, forcing me to drop the glass to the floor. In each case, the weight of the glass doesn't change, but the longer I hold it, the heavier it feels to me. As the class shook their hands in agreement, she continued, "Your stresses and worries in life are very much like this glass of water. Think about them for a while and nothing happens. Think about a bit longer and you begin to achieve a little. Think about them all day long and you will feel comfortable, completely numb and paralyzed, incapable of doing anything else until you drop them." The moral of the story is it's important to remember to let go of your stresses and worries no matter what happens during the day, as early in the evening as you can. Put all your burdens down. Don't carry them through the night and into the next day with you. If you still feel the weight of yesterday's stress, it's a strong sign then it's time to put the glass down. Okay, thank you. And the rest two stories I will discuss in the next video. Thank you.